So this article caught my attention and is absolutely like crazy. 660 million, or I'm sorry, yeah, million pounds worth. Yeah, 660 million pounds. I'm sure everybody knows this, but pounds is the currency of Britain. So it's something like, I don't know. It's like it's like 70 or it's like 75 British cents is like a dollar, something like that. But anyway, so it in dollar amounts, it's more than $660 million worth of research that is being done in the UK and these universities with regard to looking at these migrants through their woke ideology, right? Can you imagine spending all this money? Here's some of the titles of the research. Transforming the LGBTIQ asylum policies, a multi-country cross-sectional approach to research policy and advocacy. And that one right there costs £1.5 million. Here's another one. Archive of Solidarity, Precarity, Creativity, and Shared Future Making Across Closed Borders. That costs £795,000, right? So, I mean, this is just crazy. Like, there is a problem in our universities all over the West, all over the place, right, of the philosophies that they uphold. I saw, I think this was a year ago, a YouTuber in the science community. She was talking about how there was BS science. It wasn't real science, but they were doing this to keep their budget, right? Because they're getting money from the government, they're getting grants for research, and it was absolute nonsense. It was all like theoretical stuff that had nothing to do with reality. Like it made no predictions. It was nothing that was observable in reality, and yet they were spending millions and millions of dollars on this. I mean, you're talking about a huge waste. And in discrediting, by the way, of the science community as well, and of these universities. But she was asked by her colleagues not to say anything about it because it was embarrassing, and they're afraid that their funding would be cut because they're worried about keeping their jobs. So, you know, again, but this is just crazy. Woke research on asylum seekers, quote, asylum seekers, migrants, you can call them invaders, economic migrants, into the UK, hundreds of millions of pounds worth, hundreds of millions, like something like close to $1 billion worth, if you put it into dollars, of money that is being put into absolute nonsensical research through these universities. One of the things that needs to be done in every Western country is that we need to take a good hard look at these universities. Really, there shouldn't be government grants at all. It should be completely private, should be donation-based. It should be, I understand that the motives are different if it's profit-oriented, and I understand that that's not perfect. But if you really want to research something, there are ways to do it that doesn't require the taxpayers to foot that bill. Not only that, but these places are not bastions of free speech. At bare minimum, they should allow free and open debates. They should be able to inject other debates. If this is really a place of learning, we should have competing ideas. We should have complete transparency. At least in that situation, it would be a lot more efficient, and you would have a motive to have something that's a lot more legitimate than what we're seeing here. So I'll put a link so you can see this for yourself. But I mean, like, I don't know how people get away with this stuff.